What's good, everybody? We got week 3 coming up. We got a lot of data under our hands now. We've watched a lot of football. We got a better feeling about everything. Austin, how we doing, brother?
Dude, I'm excited to be here. I love our spots this weekend. Obviously Thursday night football, very tough script. We did all right. We hit Jets -5.5. That felt good. Brought some coin back. We needed that. But we got a lot of game lines we like. A lot of props. You and I have posted a lot of action already. And I'm super excited for what we got today.
Oh, yeah. We got spread bets. We got player props. And on this stream, one thing we're going to try and do is get some PrizePicks left for you guys. We know the correlation stuff is kind of cheese right now, so we're going to try and take advantage of that. But outside of that, I don't really have anything to add before we get going. How about you, Austin?
Oh, man. If you guys see anything you guys love on the PrizePicks board, let us know. We're going to go through each game. A lot of our subscribers in the Winnable have been asking for like game script correlation stacks. For us, it makes a lot of sense to do. They've been profitable. PrizePicks is the only app that lets you do them right now. I have a feeling they'll probably patch this eventually, but until then, let's keep tackling it.
No, they definitely will. I think we got a few more weeks until they patch it. So let's take advantage. Kevin, how we doing, brother? We know you're a familiar name in the chat. Hope everything's doing well. Glad you could tune in. Let me share my screen real quick. And here's the prize board. Austin, do you have a game you want to look at first, or does anybody in the chat have something they want to give out as the first game we take a look at?
Yeah, I say we see what the chat wants for the first game. We'll go through whatever games. Obviously, we're going to try to stick to the Sunday ones. We're not going to do any Monday night stuff today. But yeah, I'm open to go through all the games. And obviously, they're going to be correlated stuff. So some of these aren't going to be like official plays we play. They're just for this lotto or stack.
Yep. We got Detroit, Arizona as the first request in the chat. That's what we're going to do. We got Jared Goff and Kyler Murray. I know it's only a 2.5 point spread. Austin, is it going to, at least I have a little bit of bias, Lions fan. Is it biased to say that we think the Lions are going to be winning this game?
I think the Lions are going to be winning this game. I will say I like what Arizona showed towards the end of last season. I mean, they went and beat Philadelphia in a really good win. They had a couple good games towards the end of the year. And I like what they've done so far. I think they're kind of building the right way. So I think I would lean Lions -3 personally. I think it should be a little closer to like 4.5, 5. But this Cardinals team is not going to be a rollover team this season. I don't see them just getting shit on week in and week out like last year, you know?
Yep.
So I would say that's a fair take.
So do we want to stay off Jared Goff and receiving overs on the Lions side and just focus on that on the Arizona side, or do we think it's close enough that we can go both ways if we wanted to, and just assume it's a shootout?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you see a shootout in this one? I mean, it's a 51.5 point spread. It looks like Vegas does. That's a pretty high spread for where it is right now, you know?
The thing that's tough for me is I don't think the Arizona run defense is good. So I think if the Lions just wanted to pound it for 6 yards a carry, I think they could.
Yeah, that's fair. Well,
Jared Goff isn't as good on the road. So that also kind of leans into the run game narrative for the Lions.
Coming off a loss last week, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go Montgomery heavy too.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of like that script. I feel like you're playing. I guess you haven't posted anyone in the Cardinals. I thought you played one of the receivers already, but
no,
you haven't played them. So I would say we probably target the receiving game for them a little bit, whether it be Greg Dortch or Harrison or.
What we could do too is we could just go Monty over and then James Conner under and play on the fact that Lions milk the clock. We could go either way there.
Monty over rush yards?
Yeah, and then James Conner under on the other side.
$60.5. How's the Lions run D been?
Good, really solid. Good here. If we go yards per carry, they've been third best or allowing the third lowest. If I can uncheck this, that'd be great. If we go yards before contact per attempt, they are 14th.
Because, I mean, we could fade. We don't have to necessarily fade a running back. The only thing that scares me with Connor is he obviously is probably their second best.
Oh, yeah, he's going to – if they're not losing early, he'll probably get 15 touches.
Yeah, I think we target receivers and maybe Kyler at some point.
Yeah. So we go Kyler over, and then the options are Dortch, Harrison, and Trey McBride. If we aren't thinking about matchup, then Harrison probably makes the most sense just because he'll have the highest receiving yards line. But I know a lot of people are high on Dortch this week.
Another line we could go, we could dabble if we're because the other thing is like with like Kyler pass yards, we could do the Demon and Goblins pass TDs 1.5.
We could do that.
That shit's gonna give us way better payouts, and if it's stuff we feel comfortable with, I mean, I like the 51.5 point spread, and if they're gonna stop the run, maybe Connor loses like a goal line touchdown. Maybe we get a passing tutty somewhere.
Yeah,
I almost lean the pass touchdowns more than the pass yards, but I don't know about you.
I could go either way. Again, you think it's going to be a little closer to me. I think the Lions are just going to pound them. So it's just a matter of
that's fair.
How effective are they going to be at getting down the field and scoring positions?
Let's see if there's any reception target props real quick. Yeah, fellas, and if you guys see any gems on like any of the games, let us know in the chat. Obviously, we're doing this together, so we're trying to find the best possible 4 plays for each game.
Yeah, Kevin's talking about Kyler's rush yards, which I actually do like. The Lions can't contain rushing quarterbacks to save their life. For this, I don't know how we could correlate that as the issue.
Dude, you know what I like is Greg Dortch, 4.5 reception targets. Dude,
how much did he have last game? I know he got a bunch week 1.
I don't think he hit last game. He had 2 against the Rams last game, 8 in week 1.
That's gross.
I mean, if you go James Conner, 3 reception targets.
No, I would not do that.
Trey McBride's up to 7.5. That's a little tight. I kind of like the narrative that Kyler and those guys are going to be chucking the rock down in a game script. Dortch I like this week a lot just because slots have seen such success. I don't know. What do you like?
4.5 receiving yards is low.
That's what I'm saying. That's very low.
We could go. Is there a Matt Prater field goals line or no? Yeah, there's Matt Prater field goals. We could do that as the last play.
Field goal made. So what do we have so far?
We haven't locked anything in yet. I'm kind of just brainstorming along the idea of a Lions win and what makes sense for it. Hutchinson, 1.5. Jesus, that's brutal. I already know that's not going to be worth the payout.
Not worth. Kyler Murray rushing yards. A lot of people are liking in the chat.
I do like it. If we weren't worried about correlation, I'd say that's my favorite Cardinals prop.
Well, then let's go with that. Rush yards, 35.5.
But then what on Arizona correlates with that is the issue.
And that's where I kind of feel like we have to take probably Prater, or we would have to take maybe a receiving option. I'm not high on Marv as much this week, but I mean, a lot of people like him.
David Montgomery, 56.5 rush yards.
I like that. I think that's one we use for the line side.
But then what correlates with that? Would we be taking a Goff under?
Goff under. Yeah, Goff pass attempts under. Or a Goff. It's just scary taking a Goff pass attempt under in a game script like this. Maybe 3 pass yards under.
Maybe what?
Maybe his pass yards under. I mean, there's going to be plays you don't necessarily love, but they correlate. So you know what I mean?
I'd be willing to go Goff under interceptions because Arizona can't get pressure to the quarterback.
Yeah, but then it loses some of the correlation.
Do we?
I mean,
If they're running the ball more, they're not going to throw it as much.
In the first quarter, and that affects nothing with the.
I mean, if he gets an interception in the first quarter and the Lions are losing, that Monty line's probably not going to hit anyways. It's doing this. All right, there's a chance we run into some technical difficulties, guys. PrizePicks have been doing this all day.
Yeah, it's been struggling, but I have it up on mine.
It'll just take like a minute to get back. I don't know why it's doing this.
Yeah, I don't know why it keeps doing that today, but we're gonna have all these posted, fellas, on our Winnable, so you can get a free trial. Any of you guys want to join? It's all pinned to our Twitter right now. Go click the link. Easiest way to get through. PrizePicks, classic L here, but hopefully it's up soon. I think we use Montgomery rush yards. I'm big on him, and I think they're gonna give him solid work. Or we go his fantasy score at 11.5.
I wouldn't, because then we get into the touchdown game, and I hate relying on touchdowns.
Yeah,
because I don't think he hits that without a touchdown.
Fair. Some of these guys we're gonna have to get cheeky with them, but I agree. I don't know in this game if we have to. I think if we're gonna play Montgomery's over, we do pass yards for Goff under. But
let me check while this is loading. Let me check something with Goff, because the two splits for Goff are home away games because he's in a dome and he loves playing in domes, and when he's under pressure and when he's not. And Arizona is so bad at bringing pressure. Let me see. Quarterback pressured, yes. Look up Goff.
I know 261 is definitely something he could do.
So he had 5.43 yards per attempt when he was pressured last year. When he was not pressured, we're looking at 8.3. That is such a big 3 yards per attempt is such a big difference. I'm telling you, let's look at it.
I'm trying to find. Man. We got to find a correlated prop for the Lions side that works with Monty. Maybe we take a receiving under. I think to get the better payouts, though, you need the quarterback involved, yeah?
Probably.
Yeah, we'll play.
The Cardinals have a 31.8% pressure percentage, which is 8th worst. If I want to go defense, oh shit. I know it was way worse. Oh, so that's what it is. And I remember the stat from week 1. In week 1, they didn't get, I think they had 2 pressures from their defensive line. So any pressure that came to the quarterback came from like blitzes from linebackers and DBs, which is really bad. Okay, here's pressure percentage. Where are the Cardinals? This is 2024. Oh, so this is showing a different. It's literally the same website, and it's somehow showing me different numbers. Defensive line matchup, 31.8%. On a different tab, we're getting 38.7. All right, so actually, if they're not that bad, I'm fine going with that.
Going with under?
Yeah.
Goff pass yards?
Yeah.
I kind of like that, too. I just think it correlates with our script.
No projections found for NFL. Dude, what is PrizePicks doing?
Do the old clear the whole thing and see if.
All right, guys. Let me play around with this. We'll keep talking. So, what are we thinking? We're going Goff under pass yards, Monty over rush yards,
Kyler over 35.5 rush yards. So I kind of feel like on Kyler's side, we maybe target a wide receiver. because we're expecting him to pass. I just am not super confident in taking Connor's unders personally, but
I'm fine with that.
what
You don't have to do that.
what receiving option do you think do you like Marv better than Dortch this week?
It's tough because last year the Lions were like it was like Halloween, picking candy out of a basket going against the Lions for the wide receiver one. But we also had Cam Sutton. Cooper Kupp went crazy week 1. Mike Evans didn't in week 2. So I know you're saying the slot matchup is part of it. I'm wondering if it's just Carlton Davis that we have now? He used to be Mike Evans' teammate, so he's able to fuck with Mike Evans. And it's still just the number one option.
Fair. I just
Especially if they're playing a bunch of man coverage.
I just liked Dortch at 3.5. I feel like that's low. Like it's just something.
As an individual play, I agree.
Because
this is the first time we're doing correlation play, so I'm not arguing. I'm really just talking. Like even the chat can chip in. This 28.5 line, does that really correlate with a 230 pass yards line, or do we just take Marvin Harrison, who has the highest receiving yards?
Like
if Marvin hits, the chances of Kyler hitting is very likely.
For rush yards?
What?
Because we're taking Kyler's rush yards, correct?
Oh, I thought we were pivoting to his pass yards if we were going to take a receiver with him.
We can take a Kyler pass yards if we like that more. I'm cool with Kyler's pass yards.
I think it's the same thing with Dortch. I like his rush yards better as an individual play. If we're talking correlation, I feel like it's tougher to justify.
Yeah, let's see if there's a better Marv prop. I just know Marv, we've missed a lot of value on. I'm pretty sure he opened at, I could be wrong. Didn't he open at like 55.5 or 56.5?
I don't know.
Because he's at 63.5 on PrizePicks. We could take his demon for 80 plus if we think he goes just crazy on him.
We could. Where does that put the payout as? I'm still waiting on PrizePicks to load up.
Yeah, so if we did 50 on, we're gonna do half units on all these, correct?
Yep.
$50 pays 375 with. Oh shit! I need to put Kyler in. Sorry, I was gonna say that feels so low. What the hell?
Kevin's asking about Lions kicker under 1.5 field goal because Campbell doesn't trust him. Lions are going to be in the red zone a lot. And they just went 1 of 7 in the red zone last week, which I don't think will happen again. But if they're having red zone troubles, then they're going to be in a lot of field goal situations.
We could do Kyler, either rush/receiving touchdown for a demon. We could do his 232 yards. We could do his 2 pass touchdowns. I don't think we wanted to do that. Or we could just do Kyler's pass attempts at 31.5.
The reason I lean attempts over yards is because if the Lions are milking the clock, then Cardinals are going to be looking for more chunk plays than dink and dunk down the field.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to look at what quarterbacks real quick.
We got Dean Wade in the chat asking Monty over Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, I think this is a better Monty matchup. I think anytime the Lions are just going to say, like, hey, we're going to control the game, just pounding the rock, I think that's Monty. I think anytime the Lions are like, okay, we're going to have to get creative and, like, win by having the better players, I think that's when Jahmyr comes in.
You like Kyler pass yards more than his attempts?
I do.
Okay. Or do you like him to throw a pick? He hasn't thrown one yet this year.
I don't. I taking rushing quarterbacks to throw a pick is always tough for me because it's like if the pocket breaks down, they're more likely to just break out and run than to throw a stupid pass under pressure.
Fair. Okay.
Like their first instinct is to run out rather than to throw out.
So let me ask you then. So we're going Marv for 80 yards.
Yeah.
And then we want to go Kyler for 233 yards. You like Kyler for 230?
Yeah.
He had 266 last week against LA, 160.
Can we take pass plus rush just in case?
270. 267.5.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. His rushing line is 35.5. It's not that crazy.
Yeah, I just feel like that's a high offensive game for Kyler. Even if they're in a negative game script, don't you? Even if they play,
Really?
you think that's fine?
I think it's fine.
Chat, what do you guys think? Do we go pass plus rush yards or pass attempts for Murray? I'm cool with either or. I think we just whatever the first person in the chat says, that's where we go.
It's a lot of pressure.
I like Marv's 80 plus. I feel like if we're gonna play a 60 plus, we might as well play the demon, don't you think?
Yep.
Okay, let's do pass.
Justin Gomez says rush yards, so pass plus rush yards.
Cool. Okay, so that's our first. So let me Monty rush yards over, Goff pass yards under, Marv Demon 79.5 receiving yards over, and then Murray rush yards over.
We got Rico in the chat. How we doing, Rico? All right, so Austin. So I'm in Ohio. I'm sharing my PrizePicks screen, but I'm not able to lock these in. Austin's locking them in. He's going to post them in the winnable. So make sure you're in there. This is not the last one. We're going to have a bunch of these, but that's the first one. Austin, can you send me a screenshot of that so I can put it on the screen here?
Yeah, I'm working on it. PrizePicks is doing their bullshit on my screen too, where it says unable to
Love
view your
that.
location. So I'm pulling it up on my phone. 1 sec.
Love that.
They just don't want us to play on their app.
I know. You think they'd want to take our money?
It's like, come on, bro.
It's good to know that it's not just me, though. Is anybody else having this issue with PrizePicks? Baltimore and Dallas would be a solid game stack. Yeah, we'll check that later. I think that could be a nice Dak CD game. So I think Baltimore is going to stop the run really well. I don't think Dallas has a legit run game.
All right, I got it locked on my phone.
Bet.
Cool. I'm sending it to you. 1 sec.
It's been like this on PrizePicks for weeks.
Yeah, dude.
You would think with as big as they are and the dev team that they have, that they'll be able to get this together pretty easily. But no. So we'll go Baltimore, Dallas, because that's been requested a few times after this. And somebody just requested Vikings, Texans in the chat as well.
Cool. Let's do Baltimore, Dallas next. And all these will be posted, I'm going to say once again, in the winnable. So you guys will be able to see them all. We have a free trial going right now. So anyone that wants to follow along with these, it's 3 days for free. If you want out afterwards, just hop out. No worries. So.
All right. I'm trying to get this on the screen.
I sent you the shared link. I can just screenshot it if you want. If
Yeah, in the future, just screenshot it, but I can make it work pretty easily. Regardless. All right. And we are back. Here's slip number 1. One of many. They're going to be in the winnable. So again, free trial below, code free. You'll get week 3. It's a 3-day free trial. Week 3 will be entirely free for anybody who uses that code.
All of these are correlated. All of these will be correlated slips. Don't put your whole bankroll on these. Will and I are putting a quarter unit each on these, basically. So.
Yep. And anybody's, if a slip goes 0 for 4, it makes sense. They're probably all either going to go 4-0 or 0-4. That's how the whole correlation thing works. But that's what we got for the first game. PrizePicks is still doing their shit.
Yeah, bro. They do not want us to play on their app. I got it on my phone, but the computer will not let me submit anything.
Of course. All right, we can just talk about the Baltimore game then while this is on the screen.
Yeah, try to get that thing to work eventually, but
yeah, no, I'll keep checking on it. So like I said, or let me double check the coverage thing before I speak out of turn. But if I'm correct, Baltimore runs a decent amount of man coverage. And if they do, that's very, very favorable for CeeDee Lamb. The first 2 weeks they played Rashee Rice, and who'd they play last week?
Baltimore?
Yeah.
They lost to the Raiders last week.
I can't remember which wide receivers went off in that game.
Uh,
Devontae 9 for 110. Brock Bowers 9 for 98. So basically, it's just your first option is going to do just fine against Baltimore. I don't know why this isn't working. I promise you guys, my Wi-Fi is fine. I tested this before.
Will's got the Mickey Mouse service today.
No, I tested this before the show. I don't want to hear it. Let's find where Baltimore is. So Baltimore's pretty middle of the pack so far in man defense, but they're super high in single high coverage, which is also pretty favorable for CeeDee Lamb, which we can check here. And if that's the case, also after not getting CeeDee a touch for 2.5 quarters last game and losing by 25, you have to think that Dak just finds him every play.
I have a sneaky under I really like in this game.
What is it?
I like Ezekiel Elliott under rush yards.
I completely agree. I was gonna say I don't even think that's sneaky because I was right there with you, but maybe we're just both sneaky.
Okay, I was gonna say I honestly haven't seen a ton of people on it. That was one I was looking at for an official play. They had 3 different running backs with 30% snap share. Dowdle, Deuce Vaughn had a way bigger role than we all expected. Obviously, they got blown out, but Deuce Vaughn was playing earlier in the game a little bit. I know he took most of the work at the end of the game, but I don't know, man. Zeke hasn't really had the greatest role. He doesn't seem like he's gonna have he's got an 8.5 rush attempt line. You know, it's not like he's seeing 15 carries.
Bro, against single high last year, CeeDee had 3.5 yards per out run.
Damn.
Yeah, we're playing Dak and CeeDee. I also think Baltimore wins because Dallas is 1-1, right?
Dallas is coming off an ass beating though. Usually
but Baltimore just lost to the fucking Raiders.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, Baltimore is going to come out and smash. What site are you using for the advanced passing stats? This is fantasy points data right now. No MLB charts today. I posted it to the Winnable again. Free trial code below if you want to join that. Ravens O-line scares me to death. So, this is something I was really close to playing Lamar rush yards because of something that I noticed. Jalen Hurts, your boy Austin, I noticed he did this really well. This was actually 2 years ago. And I don't know how you'd phase that out of the game now. But basically what you do with a rushing quarterback to minimize Micah Parsons is you run a read option or RPO and you make Micah Parsons the read. You don't try and block Micah Parsons because you're not going to do it anyways. So you just leave him free. Wherever he goes, you go the opposite way. You can only do it with a rushing quarterback. So only few teams can actually take advantage of that. Yeah. But that is something that I think that's another reason I really like Baltimore.
No, I'm not going to talk you there.
So I think the Dak CeeDee stack against the single high defense could be huge.
The only thing that scares me about Dallas is they're going to get shit on time of possession, I think, this week. Which, Dak is a 37 pass attempt line.
Because they're not going to run the ball, bro. They're not going to run the ball.
That's why I think we play Zeke under.
I'm good with that. Can we run all 3 and then just whatever Ravens prop we want?
Let's see. What Dak prop would we want to run though? His pass yards is 263.5. And I don't love that, but
can we get a longest reception and longest pass attempt?
Longest reception doesn't have it up on PrizePicks.
Damn. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb, even this season, his yards per hour run is better versus too high, but that's because he broke 2 tackles on a 60-yarder last week against too high. But his target rate is way higher versus single high still, and his numbers were better versus single high last year. So CeeDee Lamb against this team is something that we can take advantage of.
I think he's having a tougher year because they don't have a true wide receiver. I guess Brandon Cooks, but.
No, Tolbert's been good. The issue is he didn't have a preseason because Jerry Jones was being real greedy.
And he didn't get another target after week 2 after the halfway point.
He had 2, but one of them was a garbage throw. There was never had. It was a prayer pass, and the other one was just a shit slant that Dak didn't even put close to him. Lamar will get over rushing because he has to before Supermar for what?
I said PrizePicks still not loading.
No, bro. Look.
It will. You just got to clear it a few times. You got it to work last time.
I'm working on it. All right. For those who forgot, here's the one from before. So close the app and reopen. Let me try it. Oh, okay. We're working on a different thing. Let's try now. Okay, so why is it working? Oh, okay. Hold on.
You know it's not your service though, because all the other apps and shit are working.
Yeah.
And you're on a live stream. Yeah, Zeke under is a banger. I agree, Mailman. I love that. I think it's a good spot.
Mailman, how we doing? Dude, PrizePicks, I hate PrizePicks. Love PrizePicks and hate PrizePicks at the same time. I'm trying on other tabs too, and it's or on other.
You could do Lamar 1.5 pass rush receiving touchdowns.
I'd be down for that.
9 rush attempts.
Let me check how.
Unless you want to
defense
take that. I feel like we can't take unders after what we just saw with the Saints last week against the Jets. They just mollywopped them.
For red zone efficiency, let's see. Yeah, Dallas. Oh, this is team red zone efficiency. This isn't defense. Let me see scoring defense. Why does my mouse not want to work either? Dude, what is going on?
Yo, Al, we're looking at CD Lamb receptions. We have that. Or receiving yards. We have that right now.
Here we go.
For more.
Red zone scoring percentage. This is what I'm looking for. Wow, the Chargers have not allowed a single touchdown in the red zone this season.
Oh, well, we're not betting on the Chargers.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we can go ahead and take Lamar. 85.7% red zone efficiency for teams against Dallas. New defensive coordinator. Can't say I'm too surprised.
So we like pass rush.
Yeah, just whatever touchdown prop you mentioned, that one.
Pass rush receive touchdowns 2. He needs 1.5.
That's fine.
Not a goblin too, by the way. So what's our line that we want to target? Do we want to target an under on the Ravens side for rushing? Do we want to?
On the Ravens side, if we're doing rushing, we'd be doing over.
I know, but it's hard when we're taking Lamar's pass rush.
Are we taking his pass rush yards or
Receiving
touchdowns?
Touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't think it matters if we're taking his touchdowns.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm trying to look if there's a target prop or anything.
Yeah, this doesn't want to work for me. All right, we're switching back to this one so I can get this. You guys got to check out the Cowboys injury report and the defensive tackle depth. They have nobody. Ravens could identify this and just pound Henry under center all game.
Fair.
Didn't Harbaugh say that he doesn't want to run Henry like 50 times a game?
Yeah, but he got 19 touches last week. I mean,
damn, he got 19 touches.
They're gonna win. Like they're gonna try to win the game. So Harbaugh probably just said that because Henry had 12 touches week 1, so it was like a Mozzie Smith hurt at practice.
Yeah, it's Dallas' season, baby. They're finally gonna do it.
What, be injured?
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb has a 10.5 receiving target line. Holy shit.
That's about right for him at this point.
I was trying to say, I say we take a Ravens receiver under.
We're Bateman.
Yeah, but all it takes is 1 catch. We shot Rashid Shaheed.
He has 3 targets and 41 routes against zone coverage this year, and that's all Dallas is running.
Bateman. He has a 27.5 receiving yard line.
What's his receptions?
And he's over in both games.
What's his receptions line?
Doesn't have one. I mean, we could take a receiver to score a touchdown or a running back to score a touchdown. I mean, we could pair that with Lamar. It doesn't have to be. That's the good
What's
thing.
Zay Flowers' fantasy score?
Uh, 12.5 score. Kind of about right.
Yeah, because I was gonna say 5 receptions, 45 yards, puts him at 9.5. He's really good against zone. Isaiah Likely's good against zone, but his route percentage went down a bunch last game. And Mark Andrews, for those who follow Jacob Gibbs tweeted out Mark Andrews has already tied his 2023 amount in pass plays where he's blocking.
Wow.
In 2 weeks.
That's wild.
Kevin said Zay Flowers. Who has a read on that guy? Big fade. Just versus man coverage, we take Bateman. Versus zone coverage, we take Zay. That's my rule of thumb with that offense.
Dude, I kind of think, we could go Derrick Henry.
We could, but then we'd have to switch up Lamar. Or actually, I guess we wouldn't.
Yeah, we just hope Derrick doesn't vulture the touchdowns, which
we
probably should switch up Lamar. I just kind of think they probably are going to run all over.
Yeah.
Especially being 0-2, they're definitely going to.
They're going to get back to their identity.
Yeah. With the RB, Kamara at 115 yards on 20 touches. Jerome Ford 12 for 44 in week 1. And they were in
that whole Saints offense is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's just this Ravens O-line isn't crazy.
The Ravens O-line has been bad, but luckily this Dallas O-line also looks really bad.
Dallas D-line doesn't look that crazy, and they're banged up.
Exactly.
We could go Derrick Henry and just hope Lamar under pass yards.
You want to go Lamar? Yeah, we could.
Lamar soared over 220, and the Cowboys suck. That's a hard under.
It's if the Cowboys commit to the run, then suddenly all those RPOs are fair game to screw us. Chad, what are we thinking? Anything you guys like in the MLB? We're gonna. I didn't even look at the MLB board today. I'm 100% in on NFL. I ran the projections, sent them to the Winnable, and that was it. So if you want MLB stuff, go and activate that free trial below. I posted all the projections in there for today. Yeah, Kevin makes a good point. If we think it's Derrick Henry, then that's going to be under center. If we think it's Lamar, then it's going to be out of shotgun. And if they're going to be doing options with Parsons at the read, those are going to be shotguns. Would you prefer CD receptions or yards? Probably yards.
Yeah, probably yards. He's a big guy. I like our stack with Elliott under, CD over, and I do like the Henry rush yards.
We can go Henry. I generally don't like to play quarterback props. So if we're only playing one on the Ravens side, I wouldn't fight you if you want to go Henry over Lamar.
Yeah, well, we got to add another prop, though. That's the thing.
So we're not doing Dak to correlate with CD?
We could. I just don't think there's going to be enough time. Dak needs to go for 270 yards, bro. That's the time.
Yeah, but if CD hits, he's covering that on his own. Or he's covering half of that on his own.
Yeah, this screams freaking 8-minute drive, 4 of them, and not enough possessions for the Cowboys to me. But obviously he's got a 37 pass attempt line, so they're expecting him to chuck it.
Yeah.
We could take Dak to get a pick, but it's a goblin, so it's not going to give us a good payout.
I genuinely think Dallas completely abandons the run in this game.
Yeah, we could do Henry over rush yards, CD over receiving yards, Elliott under. We could do Dak fantasy score at 18. Or Dak.
Touchdown dependent. You're asking for 250 and 2 touchdowns with no turnovers.
Has Dak, let's see. Dak, has he faced the Ravens recently?
I don't think so.
I feel like he hasn't. 2016 was the last time, and that doesn't give us a. I mean, Dak didn't go over this very much last year, and this is a tough matchup, but.
I mean, they actually had a run game last year, though.
I know, and they have no.
They had Pollard and Dowdle combined for like 100 a game.
What do you think this Ravens defense could get exposed a little?
Not really.
Then, like, how do you expect them to go for 270 yards?
I was thinking more about getting pounded in the run game. Baltimore missing weapons on defense. Who do you guys like? Game on the line. I mean, if my favorite prop in this game would be CD, if I had to choose a single one in this game.
I mean, Mahomes went for 291. Minshew went for 276 in overtime. So I guess Dak could theoretically go for 260.
I mean, how much do you say Minshew went for?
276 in OT.
If Minshew can go for 276, Dak can go for 270.
In OT though.
If Minshew can go for 150, Dak can go for 270.
Well, that could be our play then. That could be our stack. CD, Dak, correlation. Hopefully they play well.
All right. I'm going to need you to send that one to me too.
Yeah, I think that looks good.
All right, bet.
Yeah, let me lock it on my phone real quick.
I think the Texans one will be able to go much quicker.
Yeah, same. Some of these obviously take longer because it's tougher.
I can already tell you I like Stroud's under in that game.
Do you?
Yeah. I think that one's going to be with no Mixon and Stroud struggles against two highs a little more. I think that could easily be one that surprises people to be a nail biter. I don't even remember who they play. I just remember reading about it.
Henry. Do we want Henry for a tutty, for a demon? Or do we want his yards?
I'd rather just take his yards.
Rush and receive 75.5 or rushing yards 68.5?
Rushing yards.
You don't want 7 yards for a catch?
No, I don't think he gets a catch.
Okay.
I don't know why they would use him that way.
Screen pass for 99 yards. He did that to me one time.
I think that was the only time he's done that.
Yeah, it was awesome. When I had his rush receive, and then he missed rush receive, but hit receive. It's my favorite. Okay.
Vikings. So Vikings, that's who Houston's playing. So yeah, I could see Houston. I could see Stroud under. Tank Dell's numbers are not good against too high either, so Tank Dell under. And then Darnold over, Jefferson over.
All right, I just sent you that Slub DP.
Let me get it up here. Oh shit, what happened?
Any money line / spreads. Doc has posted 2 of those already. We might
get 2
a little bit, but those are posted in the winnable free trial, as we've mentioned plenty.
First one I already mentioned earlier is Lions spread. I don't think you're giving me 2.5. If you have Lions by less than a 1-score win against a bad run defense, you don't think twice. That's how they win games, is by running the ball. And there's not a much better matchup than that Cardinals run defense. I'm still trying with this PrizePicks thing, Austin, I promise.
Still just not showing love, huh?
No.
Dude, that's so
I think that's very telling. Like, they know what's about to happen. They want to lose. They know they're about to lose a bunch of money, so they're trying to be safe about it. It's really the only explanation.
Yeah, it's so dumb that you can't even view the board. Like, if you're not even trying to bet on their board, like the fact that you can't even go on the computer and just look at what's available, like that's so stupid to me.
Soft. Okay. So, yeah, that Houston one. Do you, even with Stroud struggling against too high and no Mixon, do we think the Texans pull that one out or no?
What's the spread?
Let's check.
1.5.
Yeah.
In Minnesota. I mean, bro, Minnesota didn't look bad. You like the unders?
I do like the unders. I think the offense for Texans won't be as smooth. I kind of don't think they'll lose though, just because I also really like their run defense. And I think the Vikings running offense is getting a little overrated.
Yeah, I won't talk you off there.
Minnesota loves to blitz against the run, and they try to create negative plays, get a couple tackles in the backfield for a loss. Could be done early. Texans are not going to have a run game that plays right into the strength of Minnesota's pass defense and how they like to play. So yeah, Minnesota. Even Brock Purdy said in the middle of the last game, he went up to O'Connell in the middle of the game last week and said, "Dude, your scheme is fucking insane," because he couldn't figure out where the blitzes were coming from. I think Stroud will be able to pick up on it a little easier. I think he'll have more issue with the too high. So I think it's going to limit a lot of the big plays. I think Tank Dell is going to be limited, and it's going to be a lot more Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, which is probably going to be the case in more weeks than not.
Take Dell unders.
Yeah, I think Stroud and Dell unders could be solid.
I kind of like pairing Dell 51.5 with Stroud under 261.
I like that.
I mean, or we could go, let's see what else Dell has for options. Just longest reception, 22.5. Reception targets is 6.0.
For Dell?
For Dell.
The only thing that could get annoying is if they're running screens and shit for him.
Yeah, he has 7 targets week 1, 4 in week 2. His reception line's 4.0. He has 3 catches in week 1, 1 in week 2. Interesting to have a 4.0 reception line. I'm guessing he's juiced on books, 3.5.
Probably. Let me check. Can't check on PrizePicks, but I can check on books.
Is that thing still not working?
No. I don't know what's going on. We'll first stream, we'll figure that out going forward. Dell minus 135 over 3.5 receptions.
You think he catches 5 balls?
I don't.
I mean, yeah, 4 is the push, though. Do we like 51.5 receiving yard under more?
Probably.
They've been using Dell in the run game a ton. Or not a ton, but more.
They'll give him 2 to 3 rushes a game.
I like Diggs this week too, so I could probably get behind the 51.5 receiving yard under.
Also, I just realized I never put the Baltimore one on the screen. Let me do that real quick for everybody.
Oh yeah, go back and show that one.
Here's the Baltimore Dallas one. Zeke under 32.5 rush yards. CD over 86.5 receiving yards. Excuse me. Dak over 263.5 passing yards, and Derrick Henry over 68.5 rush yards. Half a unit to win 5 units, or to pay back 5 units. Wale, third down back. Give me a reception line. Is there reception lines for Wale? Austin, what you know about Wale?
Dare?
Yeah, that's the same one that was on Jacksonville, right?
Yeah. Erica, or I think it's Erica, his sister, maybe cousin, is a hooper. She's the one in the WNBA.
Couldn't
Erica
tell you.
Aguabale or whatever. She's way better.
Wale.
She's a way better athlete at her profession than her brother or cousin.
Damn, why is he catching strays?
No, I'm not, but I'm saying her game. I've watched her play a few times, bro. She plays like a man. She can hoop. She's got the cross. She's cold.
You don't think Wale is good at football?
No, I've seen him kick field goals and shit before. He's obviously athletic.
That was hilarious. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are agreeing with you, chat. Arik.
Yeah, she's cold.
All right, let's check PrizePicks one more time. Nope.
We're up.
This is frustrating.
Oh, no.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Just try to sign in, see if it lets you after you sign in. But
Arike. No, it's not letting me sign in either. I tried.
Arike.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, she's great at the game.
Apparently way better at her game than her brother. Just in case anybody was wondering who's better at their sport. It's clearly her.
No, it's just there's tiers to players, and she's obviously in her top echelon at her position. And her brother.
I'm just giving you shit. I know what you mean.
A lot of teams,
What do we want on the Minnesota side?
I'm all for Stroud unders with Dell. I think that's a good pair. And I think on Minnesota's side, do you want to go quarterback pass yards and then receiving over, or do we want to go? You know what I mean? Like, are we trying to go over?
Oh, actually, this doesn't really fit with correlation. The second wide receiver, since Addison's out, Naylor, I think he's a dog. I think for some reason he did solid last week and his lines didn't really go up, but we run into the same issue of Dortch and Kyler Murray where it's like, all right, what's a 30.5 line really do for a quarterback's passing yards?
Right.
We could play on the game. Actually, no, I don't like that either. I was going to say we could play on the idea of the game just going slow as a whole and just taking a card of 4 unders.
I'm looking at Tank Dell real quick. What is 51.5. I think those are our play for Stroud Dell. I'm sold on those. I like those.
Yeah, Minnesota, I think most people are gonna hate him, but that could be sharp. How many correlation slips do you guys play? We've played 2 so far.
Yeah, we've made 2 so far.
I'll put them
right. And all of them we're gonna post afterwards in the winnable. So
yep.
If you don't
free trial below.
Yeah, they'll still be there.
So here's the first one. Here's the second one. Wale receptions or yards is sharp. No, I thought it was going to work. No, I don't want notifications.
Dude, I just don't get why it's not working for you at all. That's so weird.
So frustrating.
That's like so dumb. Fellas, go through the Vikings board. Help us find 2 spots.
I mean, it's either Darnold and Jefferson both over, or we're taking Aaron Jones or Ty Chandler under and then like a field goal prop.
Dude, a lot of people have been taking today Jones/Chandler, both of them under rush yards.
I really like the Texans run defense. I've been saying that.
Let's take one of those with like a Darnold over pass attempts.
I'm good with that.
Because do you think the Texans run the ball very effectively? Like, do you think they're going to milk a ton of clock?
Not a ton.
I was going to say.
So here's the way I see it. I mentioned that Stroud's going to struggle, but since it's cover 2, I don't think the deep shot's going to be there. So if Stroud's going to have any success, he's going to have to dink and dunk it. And that also will milk clock as well.
I like that. Let's take Darnold's pass attempts with Jones or Chandler, whoever we like, under rush attempts or rush yards.
I think rush yards.
You think?
I can't see them really breaking off a big one.
Who scares you less, Jones unders or Chandler unders?
Jones unders because Chandler's averaging 4.1 yards before contact per attempt. That's not gonna stand.
So you think he's just been kind of getting a lot of touches. Like he's been worked in.
Yeah, the coach wants to use him as 1A, 1B. I just think I don't know how long. Like if Chandler's out there with fucking like 7 rushes or 7 yards on 3 attempts, and it's a close game, I don't think you can keep trotting him back out there.
Very true. I get that. How did he? What did he do to get 82 yards against San Fran?
Crazy yards before contact. I assume if it's 4.1. I didn't watch that game, so I couldn't tell you. That's when I was still driving back from the lake. But I'll see if I can pull some stuff up.
I love our script on this. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree.
Like the Texans. I think this one cashes. I like the Dell Stroud connection, both unders. I think Darnold's pass attempts is sharp for the over. We could either target Jones, Chandler, either or, under rush yards, or we could target a receiver reception/targets.
So he broke off a 25-yarder. So 30.5% of his yards came off that one run. 15 yards after contact. What about before contact? 6.7 yards before contact per attempt. That's not realistic.
Yeah, that's
not just for context, because I targeted the what's it called? The Texans run defense a lot last year for unders. Let's see. Post week 8, the Texans run defense. Let's give this a second to load.
I'm looking at Naylor for us. Bro, his fantasy score might be sneaky.
Oh my God. Last season, after week 8, the Houston Texans allowed 0.6 yards before contact per attempt.
Jeesh.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, that's elite.
That's hilarious.
That's actually crazy.
3.3% explosive rush rate as well, which is rushes for at least 15 yards. Yeah, we can go ahead and take Ty Chandler's unders.
37.5.
Yeah.
I'm just looking real quick if there's any receiving targets. Jefferson has a 9.5 target. I don't really want to touch Naylor with Jefferson back. Yeah,
Naylor did well week 1 too, didn't he?
He went over fantasy score both times. Yeah.
Week 1, Addison got injured. Addison played a half, I think.
Who's the tight end again for? Is it Oliver?
Oliver and Johnny Munt.
Johnny Munt, yeah. Okay. Let's see if they have Munt props real quick. 22.5 receiving yards. He hasn't done shit this year. Do we want to go Chandler? Is that the
Chandler's under? Yeah, I like it.
You think that's our 4?
Wait, what was the 4th? Darnold?
Darnold attempts.
Yeah, I think that's a good 4.
Chandler has an 8.5 rush attempt line. 9 on PrizePicks. So if we're getting 9 carries, 4 yards, 36 yards, we need
4
less.
yards a carry.
You think that's tight?
No, because is
he really gonna get 10 carries?
Guess what the Texans yards per carry allowed in the last 11 weeks of the season was last year? 3.3.
Yeah, that sounds right. He's minus 140 under 9.5 carries. PP has him at 9.
We'll call it 9. We need 38 yards would be what, 4.2? 38 divided by 9. Yeah, 4.22. Look at that math.
And he's not going to do any of the pass catching shit. They're going to keep Jones out there, you think, right?
They kind of do the same thing. They're kind of doing what Pollard and Tajay are doing, where they're just like, hey, you guys are going to do the same thing when you're on the field. It's just a matter of whose legs are fresher.
Fair. Dean says carries under for Chandler is free.
That's what I'm saying.
You think
Like
it's
I have so much confidence. Like if he gets 7 carries and he goes and gets 40 yards, I'll do whatever somebody wants in the chat. Like that's
so do you
it's
like
not happening.
do you like his rush yards more under than attempts?
Yeah.
You would rather dabble because my thought if 10 carries, I mean that's a lot in a negative game script for the backup running back.
Yeah.
So like his under 9.0 could be good with the push. Unless you don't think there's any chance he breaks a big one. Like, do you think there's a chance where he goes 30 yards for 12 carries?
I mean, there's always a chance some like broken bullshit could happen, but like just like in a normal play, I don't think he's breaking off a good run against a good defense.
Fair. I guess my better question, what's more likely in your opinion? Like, do you see him going 6 carries for 40 yards? Like, is there a chance at that? Or do you think like 12 carries for 31 yards is a chance?
I think 12 carries for 31 yards is more likely here.
Okay. I just was trying to decide on that 9.0 rush attempt or 36.5 under.
Yeah.
Because it's only 4 yards a carry, and if he's been so good before first touch, that was my only scare there.
And here's the thing, too. If it's a close game with the Vikings leading, I think it's very plausible that, like, we hit the squad because Stroud is struggling on one side, and then Sam Darnold's just slinging it on the other. So even if we get the game script wrong, I think we could still hit. But if we take rush attempts under and we get the game script wrong, then we could be in trouble.
Fair. Pull up real quick. Well, what's his snap share with Jones the first couple weeks? Do you know? I just had it up. I'm just wondering, like, because if they're a 50-50 split, then I think yards is definitely the move, 100%. But if it's like 75-25, that attempt line is staring at me. But
no, I think it's going to be like 56-44 or something. I'm checking right now.
But I've been looking at RB unders here, so I like I almost played. Like, I would literally have Jones and Chandler written down for under rush yards. I just hadn't.
Yeah. The books put their lines low for a reason because I was looking at both of them. Their snap share is 57-37. Attempt share is 46-36.
All right, we're playing under rush yards. Dude, this motherfucker got garbage run against the Niners because they were up 10-0 early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's not getting that again. Yeah. Do we do attempts chat or do we do the yards? Unless, Doc, you're just 100% yards.
I mean, they're both correlated enough to me where if everybody wants attempts, I'm not going to like throw my hands up and complain. I think they're both fine.
They're the same. That's kind of how I am. I couldn't decide, but I'm cool. I love the Stroud. I like the Dell. Darnold's free. And then Chandler, it sounds like we're on the same page.
All right, so send me that slip. I'll get on the screen. And then how many more are we doing?
I say we do 2 more today. Go to 5.
Yep, I'm good with that.
Fellas, what's the next game you guys want? Is there a specific game you guys want us to target a slip for?
Let me check the board for me. Let me see if there's any that I looked at and I was like, oh, I absolutely need to stack here.
Yeah, obviously the big games we want to stack.
Yeah.
I think you and I should do a Sunday stack, but I don't know if we need to do it, or a Sunday night football stack. Eagles Saints could be fire.
Olave, Devonta.
Jalen Hurts rush yards, bro.
That doesn't correlate with anything, though.
I know, bro, but the script against Allen, I've been so close to playing this. Like, go back. Dude, historically, his defense struggles versus rushing quarterbacks. They allowed second most last year. Hurts both times in his career facing this Saints defense. And it remains the same Dennis Allen, right?
Yeah.
Same
Then do we fade Saquon? That's actually the Saints run defense has been good.
Yeah. Is Marshawn Lattimore playing? I think he's in. I haven't seen him on the. Let me send you this real quick. Let me lock this Texan slip.
Yep.
The fact that
I'll pull up the Saints run defense stuff while you're doing that because I was looking at, I think it was on FTN, and I was like, holy crap, these guys are nasty.
Chandler rush yards is at 36.5, 35.5 on books. We'll take the value.
Oh, yeah. All right, so run defense. Saints, third highest stuff percentage. Sixth lowest yards before contact allowed. Eighth lowest success rate allowed. What other important stats? Explosive run. They have yet to allow an explosive rush this season, Austin. 0 explosive rushes this season.
Yeah, they've been nails. They also faced Grandpa Zeke Elliott, and like they faced some shitty running backs. Let's be real.
That's true.
But like Deuce Vaughn, Dowdle, like they don't really have a good RB in Dallas.
Oh, they played the Panthers. No, they didn't play the Panthers week 1, did they? They did.
Yeah, they shit on Chuba Hubbard and Miles Sanders. I mean, they've faced some bad running back play, but they have been nails nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm checking last year's rankings too. Where are the Saints?
I just sent you the Texans.
Love it. Stuff percentage, 11th highest last season.
Show that one real quick to the chat so they can see that one once you get the chance.
Got you. 9th lowest yards before contact and middle of the pack in success rate. All right. Here is the Texans stack with the Vikings game. This is our third one. Again, if you're late or if you have to leave early before we can get to the next 2, use that free trial link below. We're going to post all of them in there.
Yeah, get a drink of water, Doc. Take a breath. We're here for you.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I
We're
think
all
this is
good
going to be
here.
a big week.
But yeah, get a little liquid in you. Let's take it down a notch.
All right, let's do this. I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints-Dallas game is just slinging it back and forth. Saints Eagles. Sorry, Saints Eagles.
Dude, my thing is I'm just so nervous without A.J. Brown. This offense clearly looked worse, obviously, when you have a top 5 receiver out. But
you don't like Covey?
Dude, the fact that that was my frustration is like the fact that Britton Covey, he's a great returner for us. He's quietly probably a top 6 returner in football that no one knows about. But the fact that we're utilizing him in the pass game, like, come on, man. Like, we got to have.
Reminds me when the Lions used to use Jamal Agnew like every other play, and it's like, dude, like just let him return punts. Like I understand
come
he's
on,
fast,
man. That's not his role. Yeah, like, and it's no shade on Britton Covey. I like him as our kick return and punt returner. He's obviously had to work hard to get there as an undrafted guy, but the fact that he's starting and getting what was it? Like, he had like 6 targets last week.
Oh, he had a lot.
Unnecessary to me, but that's the only reason I don't know if it could be a shootout. But that is literally why I love Jalen Hurts rush yards. But I know that it was shit, so
it doesn't correlate. Do you like either of the red zone defenses?
I think Philly's red zone defense has been pretty solid. Like I know the numbers might not be unbelievable, but I think they are quietly better than what they've shown. What are they, middle of the pack right now?
Let me check.
I think they're middle of the pack.
Philadelphia.
Like we saw week 1.
You guys are actually 5th best right now.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I couldn't tell.
28.50. Oh, probably because of the 3 first drives for the Packers game. That definitely helped you out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That could have inflated us because obviously the 3 turnovers, but the fact that they bent but not broke, obviously. So
yeah,
dude, that slips cash. I'm not gonna lie, bro. These look good.
I know.
These correlation slips are kind of fun. I'm gonna be excited sweating these out.
Where did I put the? Oh, here it is. Get them all side by side.
Literally, Dotson was out there just running cardio.
Kamara fantasy. Eagles play too high and bite the run. Nakobe Dean is tiny. He ain't stopping Kamara. Kamara receptions. I forgot that the Eagles are running. Are the Eagles running too high? Actually,
They're running Fangio's 3-4.
well, what Fangio's been doing is they're running a lot of. So this is what Fangio does. He runs too high before the snap. That way, once the ball is snapped, they can go into single high. They can go into zero high. Like you can do whatever you want out of too high. He mixes it up after the snap to try and confuse quarterbacks, and it caused a lot of trouble for young quarterbacks. But if you have a guy like Patrick Mahomes, you'll get absolutely fucked. But yeah, they're running a lot of cover 3. That's what it was. And Kamara eats first cover 3. I forgot about that. So that's tough. We could go Carr attempts, and then we could go Olave and Kamara.
That's where I was gonna go. I think we go Carr pass attempts, Olave receiving yards.
I like Olave today. Or this week.
I played Carr pass attempts last week. Everyone said it was a shit read. Sorry, I can't help when 4 touchdowns are over 70 yards. But Dallas is square. But we move. He's going to have a big pass attempt game eventually. They're not going to have Rashid Shaheed 80-yard touchdown every week. It's just not going to happen. They're going to have to put some drives. You know what I mean?
You must not know who Rashid Shaheed is.
I mean, he's that dude. I'm not disrespecting him. And honestly, he could probably do that shit against Avonte Maddox this week, and he's probably going to have a 60-yard touchdown. And you and I are going to text like, "Wow, you could have played it."
No, I love Rashid Shaheed, dog.
Yeah, me too. I think he's a great player. I just think Olave is due to be involved eventually. He's too good of a player to not have his game.
I agree.
And
I agree. Our boy Jay Sleeper Stats is on him.
Oh yeah, then we have to include it.
So against cover 3 this year. So against cover 3 this year, right now, Olave has 5 targets. Oh, hold on. Let me include the running back. That's why. I was like, I know Kamara doesn't have 0 targets. Olave has 5 targets. Kamara also has 5 targets. Jesus Christ. 0.45 targets per outrun. It's a small sample size, but let's go look at last year. Is this Kubiak's first year, by the way, or did it just take a year to?
Year one.
Okay. But just to look at Derek Carr's tendencies real quick. Obviously, new scheme. I'm pulling up 2023 because pretty much every time they played a cover 3 team, I just blindly played Kamara receptions. Last season against cover 3, Alvin Kamara 34% targets per outrun, Chris Olave 31. Yards per outrun, Kamara. Damn, Rashid Shaheed led the fucking team. Chris Olave 2.42. Alvin Kamara 1.43. So I'd honestly be good with going putting both in the card if we're going Derek Carr attempts. Because what's his attempts line?
It is 31.0.
So let's say game script goes perfectly. He gets 35. Kamara's targets are what, 5.5? Olave's 6.5.
My thing that's interesting with this is, like last week, Kirk Cousins would have had 23 pass attempts if the Eagles catch that Saquon ball. You know, like he would have soared under his attempts. I see Philly trying to do what they did last week, where they put long drives together and chew the shit out of the clock. Like that's why Hurts is only a 225 pass yard line. They don't obviously have AJ Brown. So my question is, do you think we're gonna have enough possessions to have 2 wide receivers get involved, Kamara and Olave? You know, like if Shaheed has a big play, or if one of those guys vulture a big play, do we have upside?
But I think that's part of the Eagles' identity is Vic Fangio wants to keep everything in front.
You're right. That's why I don't really think Rashid Shaheed's going to have that big 80-yard touchdown.
Oh, I'm not arguing for Shaheed. I'm talking a lot.
No, I'm just.
Yeah.
I love Olave. That was my only caveat off if we're going to play Kamara as well. You know what unders are free is obviously we can't with AJ out, but Jalen hates Dallas Goddard. Like Dallas gets lines in the 40-yard range every week, and I swear he just can't get a ball. You know,
Yeah.
you have to admit, bro, it feels like it's been 3 years of this.
Oh, just this year, tight ends in general are just like, why are you even on the field? Just put another offensive lineman on the field at this point to block. But that does remind me, if they put, there's the backup tight end for the Jags. His name is Strange. If they put him on the board, play him. He was an early round pick for a tight end, and I think they were like, oh, Evan Ingram's gonna be gone in 3 years. Tight ends take a while to develop. We'll just insert him in after. But now this is year 2 for him. Evan Ingram's out. I think this could be a huge week for him on Monday Night Football. All right. So what are the ones that we're sold on? We're sold on Carr. We're sold on Olave.
Yep, Carr pass attempts, Olave receiving yards, which means
what are these balloons? Is it my birthday? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. He threw up the deuce sign and it gave us.
That's like the 4th time I've thrown up deuce signs on this stream, though. Oh, it did it again. Okay, happy birthday, guys. On the Eagles side, outside of Hurts rush yards, thumbs up on a live stream gives balloons. Is that a StreamYard thing, a YouTube thing? Oh, no. If you do a thumbs up on the stream. What the hell?
That's bullshit.
This is hilarious.
I mean, we could go Elliott field goal makes.
We could, or we could go we could just. I don't know if I want to take Saquon rush yards. We could just go Jalen Hurts under pass attempts.
Yeah, and then what?
It's just tough because I'm on Devontae Smith receptions.
I know that. I just don't know what Eagles receiver to fade because part of me wants to take Goddard under receiving yards, but I just know with AJ out, like that's not that good of a play. But Jalen just doesn't
have lines.
Say that again.
Does Covey have lines?
Let me look. I would assume not. I don't even think Dotson has lines. Dotson has a 23.5 receiving yard line.
Jesus Christ. You know he's about to go for like 70 yards this week. Just to shit on my Devontae Smith play this week and like make me look like an idiot for after last week.
I think we do Jalen under pass yards.
I'm good with that.
270 or 225.
I'm good with that.
What did Dak have last week?
I think you also have to remember whatever you look at for Dak, 60 yards came off CD just breaking 2 tackles at the line.
Run game. 225 is low though, but
or we could switch it around and go. Actually, no, I don't like that either. I actually don't like much on the Philly side from a correlation standpoint. Like I'm on Smith receptions, but not because I think they're going to pass the shit ton. Mostly just because I think his target share is going to be so high. I say we can skip that game.
Yeah, if we don't love it, no point to force it.
Yeah, we can go.
I just think I love the Carr Olave stack, bro. That's my opinion. Carr Olave stack. I literally feel like we're 2-0 already on it. You know?
We could go. So, okay. We could take the Saints kicker. That way we get the 3-way correlation. And then just pick whatever Philly prop goes with that game script. Whether it's Jalen rush yards
that works well, too, because we like their goal line defense.
Yeah.
I like that.
And we know that the Saints, Derek Carr is yet to not score on a drive. Do you saw that stat?
Yes, and I've been saying that's going to stop this week.
It's going to stop, but like the fact that that's happening means like they're driving down the field.
Right. I love that then. Let's do Blake Group A or Groupie, whatever the fuck you say. I
Yep,
like Jalen Hurts rush yards. I've been saying that. I know you like
All right,
Devontae.
let's do it.
Smith.
No, let's do Jalen Hurts rush yards. We don't have a piece of that yet.
You want to do that? Yeah, we
Yeah.
haven't done it yet. That's a play I like almost put on my list. Still might. Especially with AJ out. They just don't have the like weapons. $100 pays 900. Oh, we're doing 50 each one.
I'm trying to find what the last game we're gonna do is.
Yeah, fellas, if there's any other games you guys want us to rip a correlation slip for, we'll go for it. All of these, once again, will be posted in the free winnable trial. So you can find the link pinned on each of our profiles. Come check it out. Have fun in the chat. Make sure you connect your Discord. It's a great experience, honestly. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's see. Let me lock this Eagles slip real quick, and I'll send it to you.
Oh, you're good. I'm taking a look at the board right now.
It's crazy we have to go through all this difficulty just to play on PrizePicks, though.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
let me go see if they fixed it yet. Nope.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
If only there was a new app on the horizon.
Facts.
I could smack a Seattle and Miami game stack.
You're gonna fucking try to tell me Skylar Thompson's overs, and I'm gonna be.
I was gonna say his pass attempts and A-chain receiving yards.
That's chalk. Every single person and their moms is on A-chain this week.
I know.
I think
we
that's
could go Chargers Steelers, but the issue is I think the Chargers. I just think that whole offense is gonna disintegrate this week.
Without who's starting?
Herbert's starting.
Oh, I thought he was not gonna get to.
He's gonna play.
Well, George Pickens is going crazy in that game.
I think the Steelers might win that game by however many touchdowns Justin Fields is capable of scoring. That's how many touchdowns they're going to win by.
I like him so confident in George Pickens this week. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
He's gonna go crazy. Okay, Hurts over rush yards is what we want to go with. Correct?
Yep. Correct.
We're basically just hoping for a shootout in this game. An offensive good game. Which not a crazy script.
We could go Raiders, Panthers.
Bro, Sunday's gonna hit. You and I are gonna have so much shit to sweat out.
I know, I can't wait.
All these slips are gonna be crazy. Also, fellas, we're gonna drop probably 5 more of these slips only on the winnable. So we're doing 5 right now. We're gonna do probably 10 total, but the other 5 are only gonna be on the winnable /Discord. So, like I said, if you want to get in, hit the free trial. All right, DP, did you get the Eagles stack?
Not yet. Steelers offensive line is an absolute mess. They're committing all kinds of penalties. The Steelers defense is going to absolutely dominate this week. Let's start there. As far as the Steelers offense, Justin Fields has handled his shit pretty well. He hasn't still not a top half quarterback, but he's stood his ground. And I think he can man the ship enough. I don't think the Chargers score more than 14 points.
Oh, yeah. That game I'm interested to see. I think it's going to be kind of just a close muck Steelers type game.
What if I told you that this was a stat from last year, but I think it's gotten even better. In games where TJ Watt plays, since he joined the NFL, the Steelers have won 67% of games.
That doesn't surprise me.
Their success depends entirely on that man's health. So as long as he's active, I will be betting on the Steelers.
I remember seeing a stat he had 6 games he missed a couple years ago, and they lost all 6.
Yeah,
it was something crazy.
I think it was last season. I think they were 1-8 without him, and then
last year, yeah.
So when teams are playing against a team who allowed 7 or less points in the game prior, they cover the spread in 72% of games. That fits this narrative for the Chargers and the Steelers because the Chargers allowed less than 7 points last week.
Yeah, it fits the narrative. Do we want to play a stack in this game?
No, because like I said, I think the Steelers win, so the Chargers are going to be in a passing game script. But I don't like the matchup for Quentin Johnson, even though I think he's having a solid year. I like what they're doing with him. I don't think this is his matchup. I don't think this is Palmer's matchup. McConkey could be good, but now Justin Herbert's playing injured.
You know, it could be an interesting stack, DP. We could do Green Bay, Tennessee.
But now Hopkins and Ridley are both playing, so I don't know where to go there. Pollard and Spears are both playing, so I don't know where to go there. And for the Packers, I just take everybody's unders except Josh Jacobs.
Fair.
So I don't know what direction we'd go is the issue.
Let's do Miami and do Skylar Thompson's under with some pass yards with something. We're not doing 8 chains receive. That's just
We can go Waddle since they'll be Seattle will run cover 1.
Waddle over?
Under.
Okay, I was gonna say fuck you, bro. I'm not doing that.
We could also go Giants and Browns.
Should we do Skylar Thompson's under pass attempts, 31?
The issue with that is we're going against the game script we're predicting.
Fair. I love his under pass yards today. Obviously, one Waddle play where he goes for 90 yards will cook me. But
it goes back to what Kevin was saying earlier, where it's playing straights and playing correlation stacks are a different ballgame.
Exactly.
I say we could go. I think Panthers and Raiders we could go easily with.
Okay, I do.
We could go Zamir White over, Gardner Minshew under, fucking Jacoby Myers under. I don't know.
What's Minshew? Minshew's at 221 pass yard prop.
He was 190 last week in a passing game script. Now he's 220 in a rushing game script.
32 pass attempts under. I like the Zamir. I like that Zamir White idea. We just have to take Minshew's under some sort of.
Yeah.
Zamir White's at 15 and a half rush attempts now, bro.
Yeah.
Do we take Zamir fantasy score?
We could also go 49ers and Rams now that Debo and Kittle are both not going to play. Makes it a little easier.
I say we save that one. I think that
save it?
Yeah, I think we can. I think that one we make just for the chat.
Or you want to go to primetime Chiefs Falcons?
Save it. We'll come back to that because we could. I was thinking the primetime one we could cook and use that to post later. You know,
that works for me.
Let's do this. Let's do this Panthers Raiders game because I like the script. I think Zamir White makes a lot of sense, and you and I are both playing him this week
with Andy Dalton in the mix now. Does that make us have more confidence in Deontay Johnson, or are we going to Andy Dalton or to?
I was just about to say that, bro. I think we go Deontay Dropson.
Yes.
I think eventually, bro, you traded for this guy to do something.
Yeah. And he's getting open. Like, he's doing his job. Bryce Young just can't fucking see him behind his offensive line.
I think we do 4 receptions.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because, I don't trust any of these guys unless, Johnson's going to have to get 50 and a half on his own. You know what I mean? They're throwing it 4 yards downfield to him. Every time he's deep down the field, they can't get him the rock. Obviously, new QB, so hopefully. Or we could go fantasy.
Right on the nail. This is what I'm saying. If we were willing to play Deontay Johnson with Bryce Young, why wouldn't we do it with Andy Dalton? I love the way you think, Kevin.
Yeah, I agree fully. Do we play as 4.0 then?
Yes.
Receptions, not 50 and a half. Okay, I agree with you there.
Andy Dalton will throw 4-yard slants like it's his job.
Then do we take Dalton 32 pass attempts? Or
yes. You remember his line used to be 37 and a half. It's a different OC, but still.
Dalton's fantasy score is 12 and a half, DP. That's low. If he doesn't turn the ball over,
that's 200 yards and a tutty.
Yeah, if he doesn't turn the ball over, we're soaring, I think.
What's his pass yards line?
211. My thing is he could throw for 160 yards. Huh?
Yeah, that's 1 touchdown.
Yeah, and what's his live line to throw a touchdown right now?
Well, he's not playing, so it wouldn't be live.
Not live, but you know what I mean. What's the odds? And yes, it's technically live because they're available right now, so that shit's live.
No, live indicates that the game is happening.
They both technically.
Kevin says, "Get off Zamir White. He's a trash can." Zamir White's not that bad. He's not going to be the
He's
reason.
fucking ass, but he has enough volume where
He's average. He is very average. He will do what the line sets up for him. He won't screw it up, but he also won't be the reason that it's successful. But the coach straight up came out and said, as long as I'm the coach of this team, we're expecting Zamir White to get 20 touches.
Yeah, he must have something on Antonio Pierce. He must have caught Pierce doing something crazy because Zamir White has not earned 20 touches.
No, he's just a grinder.
Yeah, works hard maybe.
Like that's the reason it looks like he doesn't have vision is because he'll miss a hole because he'll be like, I'm just going to put my head down and ram into all three of these guys.
I'm looking right now. Dalton to throw a pass touchdown 1+ is minus 310.
Jesus.
You see that?
Yeah.
Bro, how do we not play his fantasy score at 12.5?
An interception probably chalks us.
211.
Second touchdown cashes us.
Do you like his pass yards more?
No, for me, it would either be fantasy score or attempts.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, because, I don't know if... Dude, Red Rocket, 12.5? The thing that sucks, he's not going to get any rushing yards.
Yeah. Bro, I just realized we should have gone Kyler fantasy score.
You think?
Getting the upside of a rushing touchdown with the rushing yards and everything.
Turnovers, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Evens out, we'll be fine. I can't decide on Dalton. I'm not going to lie to you.
Between what attempts and fantasy?
I
say, bro. Okay, let's go attempts because how confident are we in them driving down the field? Have they scored a touchdown yet? Now that I think about it, have they scored an offensive touchdown this season?
No, but they're gonna this week. Dalton. That's why I was eyeing his fantasy score. If they somehow score 2, this is the freest square ever.
Oh, that reminds me of the other thing. Do you see this stat about the Jets and having 6 first downs on a drive? They did that on their first 2 drives on Thursday. They did that twice through 11 weeks last season.
Wow. We got a Panthers fan saying, Collinson, stay away. Nah, he's a fan, though.
You're just used to the misery. It's okay.
Yeah, we can't take your opinion. All right, what are we playing, Doc? Fantasy score or pass attempts?
All right, I assigned both of them to number 1 and 2 in my head. Pick a number 1 or 2.
I'm looking at his live line real quick, and then I'll tell you. All right, 2.
All right, it's attempts.
All right, 32 attempts.
32 attempts, 4 receptions.
That just seems like so many. Like,
are they going to go and run it with Chuba Hubbard? We're talking about Zamir White being bad. Chuba Hubbard.
We're taking his attempts. Now we need to take Minshew's under then.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Under attempts or yards?
We can go either one.
His attempts 32. Less.
Yeah.
They're going to run all over this team.
Bro, if this coach is actually like, yeah, we're running it 20 times with Zamir White.
They're not going to have 32 passes.
Minshew's not fucking throwing the ball 35 times.
I agree. That's our play. Imagine we just smack like 4 of these.
That'd be electric.
Like 4 of the 5 just smack.
All right, send me that one. We'll put it on the screen, and then we'll wrap this up.
Hopefully next time we'll be able to show Doc's screen. We just unfortunately can't do anything if PrizePicks ain't working on desktop right now for us.
PrizePicks just doesn't like me.
I can't even lock the slips on desktop. So
Jesus.
Yeah, and I'm in a legal state for it. So clearly it's just their app.
Why are we listening to any kind of narratives or anything? Antonio Pierce is saying this guy's been talking the entire offseason for 6 months and nothing he has said has come true. Antonio Pierce is going to be slicing limes at Chipotle. Dude, what did Antonio Pierce do to you? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but bro just went and beat the Ravens in OT. Give him a break. Let the Cuddy live.
God damn.
Dude, this slip looks disgusting. Fuck.
If we hit one, it's gonna be this one. Just so you know.
I know. This one just looks so gross.
That Saints one might be my favorite, honestly.
I like all these, bro. I think this is gonna be fun sweat. This is gonna be a fun weekend. I'm gonna have a lot of units in play.
Please do not force to play for dog and leave this game alone. Too late. We're already locked in.
Nope. Yeah, that not forced.
Books are so much better except for 365. Yeah, the only reason you're on DFS at this point is either that's the only place it's legal or correlation.
Yeah, and that's why we're doing these correlations. We know a lot of you guys still like PrizePicks. A lot of you guys can tail these on books, so we're just or tail certain parts of these. So
Colin said they banned me for no reason. That's tough.
you're
I got limited recent, like what was it, 3 weeks ago? Which was weird because like I was racking thousands during NFL and NBA season. And like MLB, I was holding my own, but I was not taking them for nearly the same extent. And yet I got limited for MLB.
On Bet365, you and I were going live betting errors while like
we were like, oh, Giannis is out. Chris Middleton's 10-unit bazooka.
Yeah, we bet Garland 20.5 points an assist, and it went to like 32.5 that one. Do you remember that? Yep. Mitchell was out. We were like waiting for him to tweet, and that shit never came. And I was like, dude, he's not playing. Like,
all right. That's all we got for this stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. This will not be the last time we do this. But if you guys haven't already, make sure you go hit the free trial code below. The link is in our Twitter bios and everything. And you'll get week 3 free trial. And then if you want to stay in after that, which I'm sure you will, you're more than welcome to. But if you don't already know, me and Austin have a winnable platform where we post our picks earlier than you'll get them on social media before all the lines move and everything with some extra plays as well. Highly recommend it if you haven't already. Regardless, thank you guys for the support. Thank everybody for being here. Austin, pleasure as always to do these streams with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely, brother. It was great. Great cooking up today. I'm super excited. You and I probably will cook a few more this evening. So make sure you stay tuned for those. We'll have it all laid out in the chat. Super easy to find. We're going to post some of these to Twitter. So you guys can stay tuned for those. Will, did you show the last slip yet?
Yep.
You showed it?
Yep.
My fault. But yeah, that's it, fellas. Appreciate you guys spending your Saturday chatting with us. And yeah, let's prep for a big day tomorrow.
For sure. Take care, everybody.